Have you ever been ghosted by a prospect? Like they didn't show up to a sales call even though you sent a bunch of reminders to them and they're not responding to your DMs, they've just completely vanished, poof, gone? Well, let's talk about possible reasons why this happens. So there could be some logistical reasons as to why this person didn't show up. Maybe they forgot, maybe they had an emergency, or maybe it was scheduled out really far in advance and they kind of just forgot about it and they decided to get help. They decided they didn't really need help anymore. Maybe you didn't send out an email to remind them. So there are these technical things that you do need to make sure that you have in place to make sure that people aren't forgetting or the invite doesn't get lost. You want to make sure you're following up and reminding them about it. A lot of the time though, they aren't showing up because they didn't really see the value in what you're providing. Maybe they decided they didn't need the service anymore. Maybe they were thinking that it's going to be too expensive, so they decided just to back off and to just no show. At the end of the day, they really weren't a good fit for you. They weren't the perfect client. They weren't ideal because they didn't show up. Your ideal client is excited to work with you. Your ideal client wants to show up to the call to make sure that like you guys are vibing and you guys are gonna hit it off and you're the person that they want to work with. Now, not everyone is like this. Some people just make a purchase and they don't care, or they just know right away. They don't need to get on a sales call to determine those things, but some buyers do. So you need to know your buyer type. But if you're consistently being ghosted by prospects, whether that's in the DMs or on sales calls, then you really need to look at your messaging and your positioning. You are attracting people who aren't a good fit. You're attracting people who are either tire kickers or they're not really taking it seriously. So look at your messaging, see if you can pick out any pieces that might be attracting the wrong people. Look at some of the things that those people initially said to you. And maybe they told you what resonated with them, and so maybe you need to change your messaging to not do that content anymore so that you don't attract more people like them. I think we've all dealt with this at some point, so don't feel alone. If this is happening consistently though, you do need to look into it because it is a bigger issue. It's not just a one-off or logistics. It's probably something in your messaging and in your positioning. And the better you know your audience, like what motivates them to buy, what type of content resonates the most with your ideal client, the more perfect fit prospects will come your way and the more sales you will make. You won't have this happen nearly as often. Make sure and follow for more tips on building your brand authority so you stand out and attracting more perfect fit prospects right to you.